right, so guys, 5 great ideas on how to eat healthy for breakfast to also help you lose weight. Hey guys, Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I want to talk to you about some really good healthy foods that you can eat for breakfast, even if you're one of those guys that's really trying to lose a lot of fat. All right, so a lot of men think you have to skip breakfast to lose fat. That is just not true. I'm a big breakfast eater, so I'm always kind of looking for things to eat that are healthy for me, that are going to give me the energy that I need to kind of basically take on the day and hit my workouts hard and all that kind of stuff. All right, so far I've been talking about breakfast, right? Well, guess what? It's really not about breakfast. It's about healthy foods. So if you are one of those guys that you're doing intermittent fasting and you're trying to skip breakfast, I still want you to watch this video because it's all about some great choices in food here that are really good for you, and you can eat them for lunch. You can eat them for dinner. It doesn't matter because, once again, I'm lazy. So I hate cooking, I hate prepping food, so I'm always looking for really good, healthy ideas that are super simple, and I got 5 great ones for you today. All right, so I'm gonna throw you a curveball and a little trick here. The first one is not really a food group, it's coffee, all right? And talk about simple. So coffee's got caffeine in it, and that really just, it's not just a stimulant, it really does help wake you up and get you going. And there's some studies out there that suggest that having a modest amount of caffeine throughout the day can actually help your body produce more testosterone. So coffee is super simple. I don't know if you can see it over my shoulder over here. I have one of these little instant Keurig machines where you just put the little cup in there and boom, I'm done. All right, so that brings me to the second food group today, which is a real food, and that is the sponsor of today's video, Fuller Overnight Oats. So guys, if you follow the fitness industry at all, especially like I do, you will realize that every single serious bodybuilder, and I'm not talking about the Mr. Olympias that look like idiots. I'm talking about these really fit, ripped, muscular guys that look fantastic, okay? Every single one of them eats oatmeal every day. All right, that's in every single bodybuilder's or fitness guru's meal plan, and that is oatmeal, except me. It's because I have never really liked the taste of oatmeal, okay? Until about 6 months ago when I found out about these guys, okay? So that's a biggie, all right? I really love the way this stuff tastes. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm all about ease of use, okay? So, you know, there's nothing easier than oatmeal. So there's 2 ways you can prep their stuff. You just take it and you put it, they actually send you a little shaker here. You just cut this open, you pour it in the shaker here with 1.5 cups of water, okay? Shake it up a little bit, put it in your refrigerator overnight, and then the next morning, man, it is ready to go. Or, instead of doing that, you just put some boiling water, 1.5 cups of boiling water with this stuff in a bowl, and now you're ready to rock and roll. So guys, why is oatmeal so good for you? Well, especially these guys, they've gone out of their way to really crank up the protein. So, you know, oatmeal's got a lot of carbs in there, which is fine because it's the good, healthy, whole food carbs. It's not processed carbs. But I'm always looking for protein. I have a hard time getting enough protein into my daily diet, and I know you guys are not eating enough protein every day. And these guys pack, I believe it's 29 grams of protein, which is just a ton in here. Okay, they have probiotics, a lot of fruit in here. It's organic. I mean, it's a great product. And then if you like the way something tastes, man, it just makes you want to eat it. And it sure is nice finding something that's healthy and good for you and gives you enough protein that tastes fantastic. So guys, please do yourself a favor. Click the link below this video, okay? Type in the code anabolic10. That'll give you a 10% discount, okay? And if you've never had oatmeal in your life, trust me, you gotta give it a shot. If you're a regular oatmeal user, all right, you know, every morning, please try this stuff out. It rocks. All right, so that brings me to The third food group today, and these little guys right here. All right, eggs. Eggs are really good, guys. I mean, I love them anyway. There's no specific way you have to prepare an egg to get the most out of it, okay? They have about 8 grams of protein per egg, which means, guys, you can't just grab one egg. If it's a hard-boiled or whether you're scrambling it, that's not enough. All right, you guys need to have at least 2 eggs, preferably 3, all right? So there's a lot of good healthy fats in eggs and 8 grams of protein, and they're super fast to prep, all right? And then another way that you can do them is just boil the whole carton, all dozen eggs at the same time. Boil them, peel them, leave them in some Tupperware in your refrigerator, and then just grab them and go. Hop in the car with your coffee, all right? You can hop in the car with your oatmeals, okay, and go. So eggs are fantastic for you. And once again, they have that good healthy fat in them that your body needs to produce testosterone. All right, so the fourth one is the easiest, guys. All right, so remember, I'm all about easy, and that is a protein bar. So I'm not pushing these Quest bars other than I really like them, okay? They taste great. I've been eating them for years. There's nothing easier than a protein bar. So there's lots of them out there on the market. You guys can kind of shop around and compare, but be sure and read the nutrition label. Make sure it doesn't have a lot of processed sugar in there, all right? And how do you know? You're just gonna have to compare them to the other protein bars. So, you know, there's dozens and dozens of them out there. Once you start looking at the nutrition labels on the back, okay, you'll kind of pick up real quick what's a high amount of sugar and what's a low amount of sugar. And then this stuff also has plenty of fiber in there, so that really helps too. So guys, grab and go. I love actually eating these things with coffee. That's a favorite of mine. My God, they taste so good together. You know, the chocolate chip flavor with coffee, I don't know what about it, but it just works. And so why do I have this big black tub here? Well, that's whey protein, okay? I like buying vanilla because it allows me to mix it with fruit in a smoothie. All right, so if you buy chocolate, all right, you can mix it with water or milk and it tastes great by itself. But if you want to make a fruit smoothie in the morning, fantastic for you. But chocolate and strawberries and bananas or whatever else, you know, whatever kind of fruit you have, just doesn't work for me. So I always get vanilla. It's kind of a neutral flavor. It tastes great with any type of fruit. And then the other thing is, guys, you don't have to buy fresh fruit. Buy the frozen fruit in those little sacks, leave it in your freezer, and trust me, it is just as healthy as fresh fruit. Matter of fact, years ago, I did a video about this, and some fruit is actually healthier frozen than fresh. And it was a whole video in and of itself, but some fruit is picked so green on the vine that it hasn't absorbed all the nutrients and minerals out of the soil. It doesn't have its full impact yet. And it actually ripens as it's transporting, you know, on the trucks or the boats or whatever, you know, on the way to the supermarket. So only fruit that is ripened on the vine has its highest potential, all right, of nutritional benefits. Well, guess what? That's how they pick the fruit when they flash freeze it. So fruit that is frozen they leave it on the vine longer for it to fully ripen before they pick it. They pick it and then boom, they freeze it immediately, okay? And that's not true for a lot of fresh fruit. It tends to ripen in transit, which could be days or even weeks, all right? So I love whey protein and frozen fruit, whatever floats your boat. It's all great for you. And then you can use a little ice in there. And if you're really trying to count your calories, mix it with water. Won't taste quite as good, but if you're doing okay and you're happy with the way your weight loss is going, try a little milk in there, all right? So several different ways to make fruit smoothies, but they're not nearly as easy as going the oatmeal route. All right, so guys, 5 great ideas on how to eat healthy for breakfast to also help you lose weight. And remember, I say breakfast, and I know that's the title of this video, But don't forget, all this stuff is good for you any time of the day. I mean, I used to eat scrambled eggs with my dad at dinner occasionally when I was young growing up. Dad loved to eat eggs at night. So I always thought that was weird, but in reality, it's not. So the goal is to eat healthy, get plenty of protein in your body, and be consistent with it day in and day out. And I guarantee you're going to see some great results.